Florida's Space Coast has some wonderful hidden gems when it comes to nature and wildlife. On this show, we're going to take you through some of these beautiful places. This is probably one of the better places in all of Florida to go and view a whole variety of wading birds, waterfowl, duck. This morning, we're at Puzzle Lake, northeast of Orlando, and I'm with the guys from Merganzas Unlimited. What they're going to do is they're going to show me this morning how to use waterfowl hunting tactics to get up close and personal with birds. So the guys have set up a super comfy situation for us here. We've got chairs in the reeds here, right in the water. We're just going to sit down here, hunker down in our camo gear, our concealment gear, hunker down and wait for these ducks to come in.
When you're out here, doing these waterfowl tactics, you can see a variety of birds. You can see anything from spoonbills to storks to ibis. So it's not just saturated to watching waterfowl. You can watch all kinds of different species out here. We've been out here before, seen millions of martins group up and clump up and circle down together and land in the same area, and it literally looks like a tornado.
Known locally as martins, these are actually overwintering tree swallows, and they form flocks of hundreds of thousands, an hour before sunset, before they go to roost, and then early in the morning, just at sunrise. And it's almost like watching a huge funnel cloud or a massive tornado. Spectacular to watch.
We've been out here before doing the same exact thing, and we've actually had a bald eagle come down and grab the coot decoy as if he was trying to prey on our decoys. So it's pretty interesting. Merganzas Unlimited, our focus is bringing the photographer closer to waterfowl. The whole idea of being able to put them in your lap. I'd love to see everyone's excitement when these waterfowl are coming in.
You're not just getting close to these birds for photography reasons, but it's the excitement of it. It's almost as though you get the whole excitement of a real duck hunt without the necessity of killing something. Because all we're doing is we're just enjoying nature, but we're using these hunting tactics, and it's that excitement of sitting there and waiting and tapping into that kind of primal hunting instinct that we all have, but not necessarily want to use all the time. So many people that don't enjoy hunting or don't like hunting, but they can certainly enjoy the thrill of hunting without having to kill something. And this is where this is so exciting for me.
The best time to come out here and do this is mid-September all the way through the months of March. You can capture, blue wings, gadwall, mottle ducks, green wings, all kinds of different species of puddling ducks. And if you go out and do big open lakes, you can find all your diving ducks as well.
For me, one of the most amazing things about this whole experience is this real old Florida feel you get sitting out here in these prairies. Before humans came and settled in big numbers in Florida, these open prairies were widespread across Florida. So you'd have these beautiful palm trees and these wide open spaces. And sitting out here, it's just you and the decoys and the birds and old Florida. And it's an awesome experience. This Birding Adventures episode is powered by Nikon, the world leader in optics since 1917. And by Higdon Waterfowl Decoys, Get Real. And by Pelagic Polarized Sunglasses.
So there's two types of mud motors out there, both of which you can see here. You have a long shaft mud motor, which has a straight shaft that goes all the way down to the bottom. And then you have a surface drive mud motor or a short shaft. The differences in them is that this has a straight shaft that runs all the way through. It comes out to a stainless steel prop. That one has a belt drive. So basically it has a belt that hooks up to the top of the motor compartment there, and that is what turns the prop. These motors are a lot healthier for the environment. They do not leave any prop scars. They'll get you through whatever you need to get through without leaving anything behind.
So what we're doing now is we're getting a makeshift blind set up on the edge of this open prairie wetland, and JR and Randy are going to go and cut down some palm fronds. We're going to set them up, and that way the ducks won't see us when they come into the decoys.
What we're trying to do here is we're trying to actually aim for the green ones. The green ones are the actual live ones, so they stick a lot better, they hold up a lot better. The brown ones, as you can see here, they tend to just crack and break. So that can be frustrating when you're trying to set up a concealment blind. That's all we need.
So JR, show me, is there any technique for actually setting out the decoys?
Yeah, there is. So basically what you want to do here is you want to throw all your teal together or put them in small groups to make it more realistic. If you actually ever go out and you see these teal sitting on the water, they'll be in small groups or small pockets. You'll never really see them in huge groups sitting together. So to draw them in closer, we want to make it look as realistic as possible. So for example, I'll take, one or two and set them down, and then take another two and put them near there, and put some coots around to make them feel a lot more comfortable about coming in.
Got two blue-winged teal flying right in here. They just landed at our decoys. So here we are sitting in the makeshift blind. We've used our waterfowl tactics, set out the decoys. Two blue-winged teal, two more. They're so beautiful, they're in pairs. So we got the males with their beautiful white crescents, and the females a lot more dull colored, sitting in pairs right in our decoys, literally 15 yards from us, and they're not even spooked. They're just foraging around in the shallow water. That's why they're called dabbling ducks or puddle ducks, because they'll be in about that much water, foraging for little invertebrates and also aquatic vegetation that's submerged in this flooded field. Spectacular to see them so close. This is North America's second most numerous waterfowl after the mallard. Now, every single winter in Florida, the earliest birds that come through on migration are going to be blue-winged teals. They've even been recorded as far south as Venezuela, parts of northern South America, and they come every single year to Florida in large numbers. It's quite amazing how these waterfowl tactics work, and you're able to get them right in here with these decoys. Their eyesight is really good, but yet all it takes is a little makeshift blind, a little bit of some palm fronds, and some concealment wear that we're wearing, and then the decoys, and they come right in. I love that white crescent on the drakes round the face. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it sure is. The drakes at this time of year are full plumed, so you really get to see all the colors come out.
It's amazing how relaxed these blue-winged teals are. Just probably, what would you say they are, 25 yards from us here?
Not even.
Not even, probably 20 yards from us. And totally comfortable with our presence. You could never do this just walking or from your vehicle. These birds are very, very shy. A lot of the year they are hunted, and to be able to sit here with the concealment wear and with the decoys in front here and to have these birds totally relaxed is incredible. So you want to get up close to these birds for photography purposes and to just enjoy them. It's wonderful to use these waterfowling tactics.
And you can also see your variety of whistling ducks being fulvous and black-bellied. It's pretty neat coming out here because it's not just focused to one, species of waterfowl.
Awesome. We've got a flock of 3 mottled ducks flying in, flying across here, flying across, coming into land. So these mottled ducks are right in front of us with the blue-winged teal, and mottled ducks are threatened in Florida because of hybridization with mallards. This is compromising the genetic makeup of the Florida population of mottled ducks. And these mottled ducks are spectacular birds. They're the only species of waterfowl that is specifically adapted to breeding in southern wetlands in the United States of America, the mottled duck. Wow, Wow, JR, I never thought you'd be able to get this close. I really thought, okay, when you said, yeah, they'll come and we'll put them right in your lap, I didn't realize that they'll come this close. You've had them even closer, right?
Yeah, we've had them literally about hit us right in the head.
They'll land right like 5 yards, 4 yards from you.
Yep, the idea is if you are wearing concealment wear and you sit still, they'll think you're just another bush. So as long as you can do those two things and do them appropriately, they'll come right in on top of you.
Fantastic.
This Birding from the Edge segment is brought to you by Nikon, manufacturers of the Edge line of optics.
After an intensive day's birding, there's no better place to come than to Dixie Crossroads, the very best place in the country for rock shrimp. Let's go check it out. So this is how you do it. Hold it like that.
I tried it once, but I
Peel
don't
it
like
straight
it.
from the middle.
Dixie Crossroads is the best place in the country to get rock shrimp.
This is Birding from the Edge. This Birding Adventures episode is powered by Nikon, the world leader in optics since 1917. And sponsored in part by Manfrotto, complete solutions for photographers and videographers. Visit manfrotto.us. And sponsored in part by Cloak, your leader in nature concealment wear. And by Pelagic polarized sunglasses. Without a doubt, the best place to go viewing waterfowl and great birds like roseate spoonbills and a whole bunch of shorebirds is the Black Point Wildlife Drive in Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. Let's get in the vehicles and go see what we can find. You know, although it's all about the waterfowl here this morning, we're waiting for these redheads and canvasback to come in to our coot decoys and our canvasback and our redhead decoys. Sometimes nature just surprises you, and we've had a whole flock of American avocets come in, about 100 birds with their nice upturned bills, and they're feeding round and round in a circle at the back. Now what's happening here is this is a perfect example of the different water levels and the different feeding techniques needed from various different species of birds. So the avocet in the back are feeding in about this much water, using those upturned bills to sift through the mud and grab any kind of invertebrates or crustaceans that they'll find in the mud. And we've got the decoys out in the deep water in front here, where the canvasback and hopefully a whole bunch of redheads will come in to our decoys in the foreground here. Awesome stuff, and to see that whole flock of American avocets is something really special. How's that, JR?
It's awesome. That's the beauty of coming out here is we don't just focus on waterfowl. You can see a variety of different wildlife out here, such as the avocets. You can see redheads, canvasbacks. We've even been able to see pintail, widgeon, blue wing, green wing teal. So we've about seen it all so far today.
And it's amazing how this waterfowling technique works, not just only for waterfowl, but also for shorebirds. I mean, these avocet have hardly seen us. Here we are, we camoed out. We've got all our makeshift hides set up over here on the banks, and we've got shorebirds coming in at the back, and we've got a whole lot of American avocet in a circle around the back, and we've got, oh, look at all the redheads coming in. Look at all the redheads, big flock of redheads coming into our decoys. Awesome. Awesome, we've got the redheads coming in now as well. This is going to be exciting. It's amazing how many birds are out here right now. Just big, big rafts of coot. And then we've got these redheads in flocks of 100 at a time. A couple of canvasbacks mixed in. There's even some widgeon as well. This is great birding in Florida in winter. They're just stacking up in our decoys right now, flying in 3s and 4s, sometimes 5s and 6s. We even had a group of 10 just flying and land right next to us.
Hey James, we got 4 northern shovelers coming in right here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, look at them. They're coming into land. They're coming to land right behind the avocets. Well, this morning we're at Lake Apopka Restoration Area, and we've set up a blind, and we're here this morning to see one of the most special birds of Florida, the fulvous whistling duck. So JR, what you'll notice is you'll see that, look at these fulvous whistling ducks. They're pretty relaxed, they're sitting, they're roosting up, some of them are preening, and this is typical of fulvous whistling duck, is that they'll do most of their foraging at night, and most of the day they'll actually rest up. So we've set up this blind here this morning. They're quite far away, but they're certainly comfortable with our presence here, and we're able to get some really nice shots of fulvous whistling duck.
It's actually pretty neat to see them in these numbers. Many years ago, you couldn't find them here this thick. They are mainly found in Africa and South America, but recently, over the past couple of years, they've been coming back here really good.
Yeah, it is really neat. And I can tell you something, that fulvous whistling ducks in these numbers is great, because so many people in North America that are birders want to come and see fulvous whistling duck. And the great thing about Florida is not only can they see fulvous whistling duck, but another whistling duck called the black-bellied whistling duck, which is now found in very large numbers in South Florida. This wasn't the case 30 or 40 years ago. You'd be very hard-pressed to see even a single black-bellied whistling duck in Florida. So we're very fortunate here to have both species of whistling ducks, the black-bellied and the fulvous, and this morning to see them in such great numbers truly is a treat.
Sure is, it sure is.
This Birding Adventures episode is powered by Nikon, the world leader in optics since 1917, and by Hobie Mirage Drive Kayaks. Enjoy nature effortlessly.
Getting close to birds and wildlife on the water requires stealth. And for me, there's no better way to get close to birds and wildlife on the water than from a kayak. Kayaks can get you into so many different areas: shallow water, canals, sea, ocean, lagoons, creeks like this one that I'm on, where you can get really close. The Mirage Drive allows you to do just that on these Hobie kayaks. There's not excessive movement that's going to scare the birds or the wildlife, and you're able to sneak up very quietly, lock onto your subject, and then get those award-winning shots.
Well, I've just had a wonderful morning with the Mergs Unlimited guys, learning tactical waterfowling in Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, and earlier we were also in the Orlando area around some really good lakes. Now this afternoon we're at Viera Wetlands, one of the most productive waterfowl and wading birding spots in all of Florida. I think this is probably the most special bird at Viera Wetlands, certainly on this visit. This beautiful male hooded merganser that we're looking at, nice white blotch on the head and stunning colors on this bird. And this is your logo, isn't it?
Yep, it sure is. We chose the logo because mergansers are very beautiful birds. They have a beautiful speculum while they're flying, especially the drakes. They have a big old white hood with a good fluctuation of colors going down the side.
Yeah, what a stunning bird. Hooded merganser, one of the most beautiful of all the North American ducks.
Got a river otter right here at Viera Wetlands. What a spectacular little mammal to see while you're birding here. Here you've got bald eagles flying around hunting coots. We've got osprey all over the place. We've seen a peregrine falcon. We've seen crested caracara, the Florida version of the crested caracara here. A whole variety of waterfowl and a whole variety of wading birds. And bam, right there's an otter too. This is just an incredible wildlife experience.
What have we got here? We've got a nice green-winged teal. In fact, there's a few of them. Beautiful green speculum. This is the second smallest duck in all of North America, and the smallest teal, just slightly smaller than the blue-winged teal.
What is that?
There's a harrier flying over there. A harrier flying across us here. What are you seeing?
There's, you see the, it looks like a teal on the water. I've never seen something like
That's
that.
cinnamon teal. It's a cinnamon teal, that's what it is, JR. That is awesome. Very, very unusual for this part of Florida. Cinnamon teal, is that your first one?
That is my first one. I've only ever seen blue wing and green wing teal. So that's a very neat experience for both of us, actually.
Very cool. Well, cinnamon teal, that's our golden bird for this week. I'd like to thank you guys so much for showing us an awesome different way of experiencing birding using waterfowl tactics. Absolutely special. It's great to meet you guys. Thanks very much. JR, Randy, cinnamon teal, that's our golden bird for this week.